that time again. Story time with Nana. You ready? This one is How I Met My Monster. Ooh, this sounds interesting. One night, when I reached under the bed for my truck, I found this note instead. It says, from the office of Mr. Z, monsters meet here for final test. Z. Ha ha! My parents were obviously trying to trick me into staying in bed. I didn't believe in monsters. That's an interesting note to find under your bed. So I crumpled the paper, grabbed my truck, and zipped over to my garage. I heard some creaking and rumbling, but I wasn't scared. Our house always made noises at night. Houses tend to make noises at night, don't they? But maybe it's just because it's a little bit more quiet and you can hear them better, huh? But then a voice under the bed scolded, "Stop that stomach rumbling! The child will hear you!" Voices? Stomach rumbling? If this was part of my parents' trick, it was pretty cool. I peered into the inky blackness. 5 pairs of eyes blinked back. "See? Now he knows we're here," the voice sighed. "One of you has broken monster rule number 1. Maintain the element of surprise." This is no trick, I thought. There are monsters under my bed. So he thought it was the trick from his parents, but there's not, 'cause look, there are eyes peeking out from under the bed at him. A long-necked yellow monster slid out, followed by 4 little monsters. "Rule number 2, the yellow one instructed. Never block the bed. All of you, scoot over." Hey, I realized, this one must be their teacher. I sat up straight, mesmerized by the monster parade shuffling across my bedroom. Look, there, see how surprised he is as the monsters walk across his bedroom? "That's better," the teacher monster said. "Access to the bed is clear. Now, who knows rule number 3? The purple monster teetered on his tiptoes and gurgled, "Get the child into bed." "That's correct, Genghis. And how would you do that?" "Well, Mr. Z, I would roar my scariest roar." "All right, give it a go." Genghis took a deep breath, opened his mouth. Look, he had 3 mouths. And let out a tiny stomach rumbling would have a better chance of getting me into bed than that funny little noise. I laughed. Look, he's laughing at the noise that he made. "The child is right," said Mr. Z, shaking his head. "That was not sufficiently scary. Genghis, I'm sorry. You're not the best monster for this child." There was some creaking as Genghis shrunk beneath the bed. So because he didn't scare the child to get into bed, nope, he was not the child's monster, so he had to go away. Before I could investigate where Genghis had gone, Mr. Z asked, "Now, who wants to try to get the child into bed?" The orange monster looked at the ceiling, and the red monster looked at the floor. Only the green one looked at me. First, he started at my toes and started drooling. Then he took a step toward me, and I heard that rumbling noise again. I sprang into bed so he couldn't get my feet. Mr. Z blinked. Very unconventional, Gabe. Your stomach gurgles seem to be what this child needs. What I needed was to make sure this little Gabe monster didn't eat my toes. See, Gabe was drooling because he wanted to eat his toes. So he was going to come get his toes, and he jumped into bed so that he couldn't get his toes. Right, you three. This child is now in bed, said Mr. Z. As every monster knows, the ultimate objective to rule number 4. Who can tell me what that is? The orange monster bounced and squeaked. Keep the child in bed until it falls asleep. Correct, Morgan. And how would you accomplish that? Shadow puppets, she squeaked again. Gabe whistled through his nose and I snickered, but Mr. Z said, interesting idea. Try it. Look, they're laughing because of shadow puppets scaring him. Morgan hopped onto the night table and flailed her arms near my lamp. Silly shadows bubbled onto the wall, and a cloud of fluffy fur tickled my nose. See, there's the shadows. Oh, shoo! Morgan, stop at once, Mr. Z ordered. You're supposed to scare him, not make him sneeze. I'm sorry, but you're not a match either. Morgan's arms flopped to her sides, and she scuffled under the bed. There was some more creaking, and Morgan was gone. Oh, look, because she didn't scare him with her shadow puppets, she had to go away too, and she's so sad because she wanted to be the boy's monster. After all the sneezing, I really needed a tissue. Suddenly, a huge shadow of uncut claws loomed across my room. Awesome, I thought, and kind of scary. I froze in place. Ooh, look at that big claw shadow. Powerful performance, Gabe, said Mr. Z. But do either of you see a problem? Oh, I know, chirped the red monster. The child is out of bed again. Correct, Abigail, Mr. Z continued, and one of you must get him back in. Let's revisit rule number 1, maintain the element of surprise. All at once, poof, the monsters vanished. Then I heard more rumbling. Were they hiding in my closet, making noises to scare me? Ha ha! No! It was only my stomach grumbling. All this excitement was making me hungry. So the grumbling that he heard wasn't the monsters, but his tummy, because he was hungry. I tiptoed past the closet and peeked out the door. So far, so good. No monsters. Then I stepped over the squeaky stair, sneaked down to the kitchen. As I reached into the pantry, I heard some chattering behind me. I sure hoped it wasn't that toe-loving Gabe. So he went to get a snack, but look, he heard something coming from the refrigerator. I yanked open the fridge. Ha! It wasn't Gabe, it was just the red monster shivering on the shelf. Found you! I laughed. Cold, cold, cold. Abigail is so cold because she's in the refrigerator. Nice try, Abigail, said Mr. Z. But this isn't working. You are not the right monster for this child. But Mr. Z, she whined, it's not my fault. He's not scared of me. I'm sorry, Abigail. Let's go. Abigail clumped behind Mr. Z. When I heard the creaking, I knew she was gone. Abigail wasn't the monster for him either, 'cause she didn't scare him. She was cold. I grabbed some crackers and headed upstairs, wondering if Gabe was gone too. Oh, Gabe wasn't gone. Look, he's right there following behind him. I munched all the way down the hall, then went into the bathroom to brush my teeth again. Look, Gabe is munching on the crumbs that he drops behind him. There he is again. He's still munching. He's still munching. When I opened the door a minute later, Gabe was definitely not gone. He was right there, and he was huge. So he went into the bathroom, and when he came out, look at how big Gabe got. Oh my goodness. I think maybe because he ate all of those crumbs. I charged into my room and slammed the door. When I leaped into bed, I knew my toes were safe. Whew! Ran, and jumped into his bed. I was surprised to hear breathing under my bed. Ragged breathing. And stomach rumbling. Hey, kid, Gabe growled. Good to see ya. I pulled my covers up tight. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to start the evening with an ominous puddle of drool. I peeked over the edge of the bed. Green ooze spread soundlessly from underneath. Oh, look, Gabe is under his bed, and he is making some green drool come out from underneath his bed. Then the bed quivered as Gabe unfurled his spiked tail. Whoa, look at that big spiked tail that he's taking out from under the bed. Well, this looks quite promising, Mr. Z noted. When I heard some more creaking, I knew Mr. Z was gone. I was alone with Gabe. Oh, Mr. Z left. I think he thinks Gabe found the boy. And that was his monster. Gabe loomed over my bed and began sharpening his uncut claws on my bedpost. How'd you get so big? I gasped. Rule number 5, my friend, he explained. People food makes monsters grow, so thanks for the crackers. Got any toes I can munch? I scrunched in my feet so Gabe couldn't get them. This was way better than playing with trucks. Look, he doesn't look scared. He looks like he's just having fun with Gabe, doesn't he? No toes tonight, but you can have this, I offered, tossing a stuffed monster off the bed. See, he offered him his stuffed monster. Gabe dove for it. His soft, comforting snorts filled the room as he snuffled the toy. I shivered. Went under the bed and grabbed the stuffed monster. Kid, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. No other monster can scare me like you, I giggled. Oh, look, he's not afraid, but they are becoming friends. Gabe was the monster for me. His snorts and ooze were perfect. I yawned. Then shivered again. I was asleep in no time. The end. Look, they're sleeping now. Monsters aren't real, are they? But it's fun to pretend that maybe we have a monster friend sometimes, huh? I love you so much.